Hello everyone, in this video on operating system, we will see the outline of this video is shortest job next or shortest job first. This is a scheduling algorithm in operating system. We will also see an example of it, table of it and Gantt chart. We will calculate the average waiting time using arrival time, service time information, and we will see a numerical of it. So let us continue. Now what is shortest job next or shortest job first? It is a scheduling algorithm in operating system. We were looking at all the scheduling algorithms in the operating system series. So this is one of the scheduling algorithm by which the processes are scheduled in the processor to be executed. This is a non-preemptive scheduling algorithm. What do we mean by non-preemptive scheduling algorithm? In which once a process has been assigned to the processor, it cannot be swapped out or it cannot be preempted with another high priority process unless it executes completely. It is the best approach to minimize waiting time. This shortest job next or shortest job first is the best approach to minimize waiting time. It is easy to implement in batch systems where required CPU time is known in advance. This fact is very important, that is, the CPU time should be known in advance. Otherwise, you can't implement this shortest job next algorithm. It is impossible to implement in interactive systems where required CPU time is not known. The processor should know in advance how much time process will take. That is how you can assign the process to the processor. When you know in advance how much time the process will take to execute in the processor. Moving on, we will see a numerical of it. This is the table of processes, their arrival time and execution time. First one is P0, second one is P1, P2, P3. These are the processes. This is the arrival time of them. That is, first one arrives at 0th second, second one arrives at 1st second, third one arrives at second second, and fourth one arrives at 3rd second. This is the execution time. That is, first one takes 5 seconds to execute, then second one takes 3 seconds to execute, third one takes 8 seconds to execute, and fourth one takes 6 seconds to execute. This is their service time. That is, at what point of time is the service provided to the process. That is, at what point of time the processor is assigned to the process. For example, in the Gantt chart also we will see and I will explain you. The service time of first one is 0 second. That is, the processor is provided to the P0 at the arrival time, that is 0th second. Why? Because there is only one process present here at 0th second, hence this P0 has assigned to the processor. Then it will execute for 5 seconds. Since it is a non-preemptive scheduling algorithm, hence it can't be preempted or swapped out. So it will continue to execute until its execution time is over. That is, 5 seconds are over. Right? Then second process will come, that is at 1st second. Now since 5 seconds have passed, all the 4 processes have arrived in the job queue. Right? But we will execute the one which has the lowest execution time. Now this has the execution time of 3 seconds, this has 8 seconds, this has 6 seconds. So we will execute this one which has the lowest shortest execution time. That is, we will execute this at 5th second. This will continue for how many seconds? It will execute for 3 seconds, right? And at the 8th second in this Gantt chart I will show you 0th second P0, then in 5th second P1, then at 8th second P3 will start. Which one is P3? P3 is the last one. Why? Because its execution time 6 seconds is less than that of the 8 seconds of the P2. Hence this will continue for 6 seconds from 8 second to 14 second. And now only one process remains, this one P2, and it will continue for 8 seconds from 14 to 22 seconds. Right? If you subtract 14 from 22, you will get 8 seconds. So its service time is 14th second, right? And this service time for P3 is 8th second, right? As I have mentioned here. Now we will calculate the waiting time of each process as follows. Waiting time has a formula, that is service time minus arrival time. right? It makes sense because the time at which you provide the service or the processor and the time at which it has arrived, their subtraction gives us the waiting time. How long the process has to wait to get the processor for execution, right? So first one arrives at 0th second and is provided service at the 0th second and it arrives at 0th second. So its waiting time is 0 seconds. Second one is provided service at 5th second but it arrived at 1st second. So it has to wait 4 seconds. Third one is provided service at 14th second but it arrived at 2nd second. So its waiting time is 12 seconds. Fourth one is provided service at 8th second but it arrived at 3rd second, so its waiting time is 5 seconds. Now we will add all these to calculate the average waiting time. What is the formula of average? That is, you add 4 quantities and divide it by the number 4, since these are 4 in number. So this one is 0 plus 4 plus 12 plus 5. 0 plus 4 plus 12 plus 5 divided by 4, which is equal to 21 by 4, which is equal to 5.25 seconds. Right? 5.25 seconds is the average waiting time a process has to wait in the job queue to be assigned to the processor. Right? So this was a short video on shortest job first scheduling algorithm in operating system topic. If you found the content useful, then don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe my channel for further continuation of this series. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care.